Eric has a daughter now and she's gonna live with Red and Kitty. Here are my thoughts on that 90s show. Whenever the OG cast is on screen, it's freaking gold. They all pick up their characters incredibly well, and I couldn't help but just have the biggest smile of nostalgia on my face whenever they graced a frame. Ashton Kutcher yelling "burn" again after all these years and just acting like Kelso, I think it added a few more years to my life. Wilder Valderrama doing the Fez voice, I think it cured some health problems I was having. Everyone was awesome. Watching Fez go head to head with Fenton again, it cured my dog's blindness. Hell yeah, but then we get to the question every reboot has: what happens when they're not there? How's the new cast? They're fine, I think. The thing that sticks out to me about these characters is that they don't feel fleshed out aside from the archetypes they were created to be. The rebel girl is a rebel. The dumb kid is dumb. The weird kid is weird. And I feel like at least in the first season, they don't get much depth outside of that. One of the kids in the group is Kelso's son, and I don't think he has personality outside of being Kelso's son. Even all the other characters are like, wow, he's Kelso's son. But I got some good news for you. New cast. There's a saving grace. I like Leia. If you're going to get one of the kids right, I'm glad it's the main character, and she hits a good balance of feeling like the daughter of Eric and Donna while still having her own personality. She's great, but not great enough to carry a season, and that's where Red and Kitty come in. Kitty and Red are the glue that makes the whole show worth it, and you'll get plenty of all that you love about Red and Kitty, right? Red has some hilarious lines, the old foot in the asses kind of thing, but there are also those moments of him being a genuinely good dad, now grandpa. The problem here, though, is that Red and Kitty just bouncing off of each other, it gets a little played out and tired by the end of the season, because that's kind of like all you get with them. The kids pretty much stick to themselves, and you have the odd episode of Ozzy hanging out with Kitty or something like that, but for the most part, it's just them two. They solved this problem early on by having them interact with the OG characters, Eric and Donna, Fez, stuff like that, Bob, and that's all fantastic. It's great, and I want a lot more of that. But there is kind of this slump throughout in the middle of the season where it's just them. All the OG characters are on vacation or something like that, and it just gets a little tired. And I feel like any character dynamic would, even between the best characters, if it was just them the whole entire time. One of the best episodes, if not the best episode in the entire season, is when Fez is in this bad relationship and Kitty and Red are trying to get him out of it. That's the whole entire episode. It's not a small little cameo. Fez is there, and that's great, but it feels like a remedy rather than a permanent solution to this problem. But alas, that brings me to my next part. The OG cast does not stick around for really that much. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are fantastic. For the 2-minute scene they're here, I don't expect them to be there all the time, but I think that if you paced the cameos throughout the season better, I think that would be way more worth it, rather than you get Eric, Donna, Kelso, and Jackie in the first episode and then you never see him again. Give me something to look forward to. Give me episodes where Kitty and Red are with Eric and Donna, then they're with Kelso and Jackie, where they're with Bob and Fez and Fenton, all that stuff. Spread it out better throughout the... Hell, I'll even take Randy. And what really sucks too is we never really see them interact with each other. Eric never sees Kelso or Fez or anything like that. There's a brief scene with Donna and Fez that's like a minute long. It's super weird and random. Give me a circle with the OG cast. Why else are we here? Instead, they do this weird like flashback at the end of the season where they just play a clip from that 70s show. Going back to the kids though, I think the actors all do a good job, and I like that they're actually kids instead of just 20-year-olds playing little kids. And I'll give the show credit because by the end of the season, they hint towards there being more stuff to these characters than just their stereotypes. But it might just be too little too late, except for Nikki. I don't like Nikki at all. She is a very unlikable character, but I guess Jackie was too in the first season, so I'll let her off with a warning. With all of this being said, I am actually hoping for a second season. Yes, season 1 wasn't the best thing in the world, but some of my favorite shows have had worst first seasons. Oftentimes, it takes a bit for the writers and the actors to find out who these characters are, and I think that could be the case here, and I think the acting and writing is good enough for me to give them a second chance. There's a really weird plot twist cliffhanger at the end I'm really not sure about, I don't know. Honestly, this could have been a lot worse though. I've seen way worse reboots. I did laugh throughout the season. I don't know how many came from the new characters. There were probably a few, but I'm not sure. On a scale of bad to good, I'm gonna put it right above average.
What about Hyde?
Dude, who are you talking about?
Yeah, Stephen Hyde. We'll talk about him.
You mean the bad guy from Wednesday?
No, Hyde. Stephen Hyde.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. No Hyde here.
Hyde. Stephen Hyde. Stephen Hyde.
No,
Hyde.
that's
Stephen,
the game,
Stephen
right?
Hyde.
Like and to go
Jackie's
seek.
boyfriend.
I think you're forgetting the and to go
Donna's
seek part.
Ex-boyfriend, maybe.
No.
Stephen Hyde.
No.
Stephen Hyde.
Never
Stephen
heard of
Hyde.
that
Stephen
person.
Hyde. Stephen Hyde. Stephen
Is
Hyde.
that a
Stephen Hyde.
musician?
Stephen Hyde.
Maybe.